Today we're rating custom Magic the Gathering cards. Let's see how crazy people get today. We've got the awesome lesbian couple. It's a Wooburg card. A 4/5 human. Vigilance, lifelink, and double strike. If these are characters from some sort of movie or something, I'm not familiar. When awesome lesbian couple enters, target opponent of your choice creates a 4/4 black horse creature token with Intimidate. Oh, what's Intimidate? Isn't it something like... Oh, I don't remember what the Intimidate thing is. It's creatures cannot block unless it's a black or artifact creature because they cannot be intimidated. That's how I remember this mechanic. Machines, they cannot be intimidated. They're not scared of anything. That's Helena and Alana. They're a real card. Oh, well, in that case. So what's the lore here? We're going to give somebody a black horse that we completely outclass. We have Vigilance, we have Lifelink, we have Double Strike, we're a 4/5 creature. This horse is getting smashed into the into another dimension. It's going to stand no chance versus the awesome lesbian couple. Oh, that's Fear. Intimidate is same color or artifact. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so it's still black. Basically the same thing. In this case, because the horse is black. It's probably Nightmare the horse. Okay, Fear is black and artifact mechanic. Intimidate is matching color. Is it just matching color? Like, are machines intimidated by Intimidate? Chris is like, the horse is here. Oh, by the way, happy birthday to Chris. Apparently, Chris had a birthday. I don't know which one of you Chris's. There's a lot of Chris's here today. Magic players are so technical because they have to. Every single card, you know, some people complain that they don't like competitive Magic because every single mechanic is so nuanced. But that's what makes the game what it is. It's infinite possibilities. Also infinite ways to keep forgetting how these cards actually work around here. All right, it's not this Chris, some other Chris around here. But they are rainbow. These two literally cannot be intimidated. No, they will stop at absolutely nothing to blow up that horse if necessary. Okay, a creature with Intimidate can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and creatures with the same color. All right, why couldn't anyone just say that, you know, in layman's terms? Did we have to look it up in the rule book? All right, awesome lesbian couple can continue being awesome. We got a bear. Bear that eats custom commanders. Oh no! Oh no! Do I have a bear sound effect or something? This is the best beast sound effect I have. It's a 2-mana star bear. This creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of commanders in the first 20 posts of our custom Magic. Oh, this is not real. It's a silver border card. Look, you can't post cards like this unless it's going to be silver border or it's got an acorn hollow stamp or something. This isn't real. This is stupid. Is this tournament legal? No, it's not even close to tournament legal. On top of it, and even if it was, this is Commander. There's no official tournament format for Commander. I'm sorry, CEDH play. It's just how it is. All right. Wizards has never. I don't know if Wizards. I might be talking out of my rear end. I don't think Wizards has officially held a CEDH tournament competitively. Okay. Next. We have super chats here. Why don't we just start looking at the super chats? Elixir with the Ruin Riddle. If you want to be part of the show, you can also submit cards and super chats to my Discord. Links in the instructions into the description. Ruin Riddle. Postcards in my Discord. Give me super chats. Give me the name of the card. I look it up and be part of the show. We've got a blue instant. Choose target non-creature spell and opponent controls. Then that player chooses one. Oh, so we're giving the choice to the opponent. Choose target non-creature, and it's on the stack too. We could counter the spell. We could copy the spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy, or we draw 2 cards. That's interesting. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. That is a cool. That is original as hell. You basically put people, giving them the $500,000 question. Do you want to counter your own spell? Do you mind giving me a copy of it? or you want to give me 2 cards. It's actually, it might, I don't want to say it's OP, but none of these options are bad. Like, they're all really good, especially for 1 mana around here. Even Toads is a fan of this thing. Kind of likes it. I think I like it. I think it's going to be putting people in a much tougher spot than, say, Vexing Devil. And also, this is still reactionary. Like, this card does nothing if your opponent isn't actually casting spells. So if you're tapped out, I mean, you're screwed. But it's super mana efficient. This has got to be, like, the best thing to do on turn 1. The absolute best. Oh, you do something? Oh, you counter it. Oh, or you give me a copy of it. You like to give me a copy of it? Or perhaps you just like to give me 2 cards. That might, I think maybe a lot of aggro decks might offer to give you the cards because they need to get ahead on the battlefield. The tempo matters. They hope to kill you with a bunch of cards still left in your hand. Is it a better version of an offer you can't refuse? Absolutely. Like, so it's different. It's different. An offer you can't refuse is actually really good. You gotta consider, like, who plays that card. An offer you can't refuse, very often played in combo decks to protect their combo, or against combo decks to screw over their combo. Whereas this is not going to answer any combo deck. You can't protect a combo deck. You can't do anything. Because if you're like, okay, I'm comboing off, Riddle Ruin. Okay, you can draw 2 cards, and then you die. All right, then you die. Then you wonder, well, Ruin Riddle wasn't really the hard answer that I was looking for. So I think it is a soft answer very early on in the game for really good value. Either you're going to have a really good tempo counter spell for 1 mana, or you're going to just draw 2 cards. 1 mana instant speed, draw 2 cards, not to be underestimated. Probably you can find an answer afterwards. An offer, so Bryce says, an offer you can't refuse sometimes is used to counter your own spell to get 2 treasures. Ooh, that's big brain. Sometimes. They even specified you can't use it on yourself. Oh, does this... Oh, yeah, it does say in this case you have, yeah, target non-creature spell and opponent controls. So actually, yeah, you can't use the Riddle Ruin on yourself. That'd be, yeah, that would be broken. Yeah, okay, cast a spell and Riddle Ruin my own spell while it's on the stack. I'd like to draw 2 cards, thank you very much. Yeah, it'd be supremely broken. Okay, it's a very, very original card. And you know what, frankly, I think it's a banger. All right, back to the freebie section. We got... By the way, we have a bingo card if anyone wants to take a screenshot of this thing. I have no idea. Okay, we have Tiamat's Calling. This is either Wooburg or 10 generic mana. It's a dragon. It's a legendary kindred sorcery. That's got to be on here. Is there four? No, we have it. 5 words. 5 or not. 4 is not enough around here. You may cast a legendary kindred sorcery only if you control a legendary dragon. Domain. For each basic land type among lands you control, create a 5/5 dragon creature token with flying. If you control plains, each token gains vigilance. Repeat this process for islands, hexproof, swamps, death touch, mountains, haste, forests, trample, and if there is 100 power among dragons you control, you win the game. So I don't know about the win the game part, but holy crap, this is busted. It's basically 5 mana for 25 power of the most unbelievable creatures in the game. This would see play across. This would definitely see play in Pioneer. It'd absolutely wreck. I don't know if it would wreck. It might wreck Standard. The mana's pretty good around there. 10 mana bingo. You know what? You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. The power of this compared to the awesome lesbian couple. Oh yeah, well, you know what? Dragons are very strong. Just watch out for the lesbian dragon couple. Then that will be unstoppable. can technically play this in an Eldrazi deck if you have the hate value. Well, then it wouldn't be any good. You need the domain. Like, it's pretty useless without domain. So for each basic land type among lands you control, create a 5/5 dragon. So the idea is if you have plains, island, swamp, mountain, forest, you could get 5/5 dragons, and they're insane. It's basically like a Scion of Draco with domain with that stupid ley line in play. So they would have vigilance, hexproof, death touch. They would immediately attack with haste and trample. And oh, do they have flying? You know, they automatically have flying by default. I mean, I guess you could still do domain with Eldrazi decks. Wow, it's very, very hard. It's like a 6-color deck. Does this work with triomes? Yes. Yes, 100%. And that's what makes it so easy to pull off. You know, a long time ago, a card like this, like when they made the original Draco, it was a little, you know, it was not so easy to have all 5 land types in play so easily. Today, it's nothing. Fetch land for Triumph. Fetch land for the shock land that's missing. You have domain on turn 2 in the year 2025. Card is, you know, maybe if you go back 20 years, they'd be like, oh yeah, this is a good payoff. Today, it's nothing. It's completely nothing. Bryce is like, printed. I have a domain dragons deck, but you need a legendary dragon. Surely this is fair. Maybe. So but you have to just cast it. Like, the dragon doesn't need to be in play when it resolves. So, like, maybe. Yeah, Morophon loves it. Okay, yeah, Morophon plus this thing. I mean, it's a good question. How many legendary dragons are there that are 4 mana or less? I have to guess there's at least one. There's like a few of them out there. So I don't like. If there's not many or very, very few, then I guess this card gets a lot more fair. I think it is outrageously strong. I don't like this card. It's like, it's not AI broken, but it's pretty broken. I would hate to play against this thing. Don't forget about the waste. Waste doesn't actually count for domain. No, they don't consider colorless. Note that printer needs to have ink, damn it. Legendary shapeshifters. I don't think there's a lot of legendary shapeshifters in this game either. Okay, back to pay to win around here. Banovsky with the cold account. Cold. All right, I guess that's what acclamation. Exploring instants with plot. It's a great idea. So we have a 3-mana instant until end of turn. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, draw a card. What is plot? Oh, plot is the you pay the plot costs. It's like what, exiled, and then you can play it next turn for its instant until end of turn. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, draw a card. So the idea. Oh, so I guess the idea is you plot this, then you play it next turn, and then you try to rattle off a bunch of spells or even attack. And then if your opponent interacts with you in any way possible, you actually get value. This is a fascinating card. Yeah, the card is super dope. I mean, what are the odds your opponent's going to do nothing? So worst case scenario, it cycles for a blue. Best case scenario, you're going to gain like 2, 3, 4 cards off of this thing. You could even plot it when you know somebody is about to combo off. Actually, when does plot work? Like, can you plot something and then on any future turn, turn it up for free? Plot as sorcery, play for free as sorcery. Yeah, correct. Okay, so any future. Okay, then this is perfect. So you can basically go cold acclamation. Oh, but it's only going to be worth it on your turn, so you can't use it as against combo decks. Yeah, so because it's a sorcery, I'll never be able to play it on somebody else's turn unless they want to combo off on my turn, or unless we're the combo deck. How about that, chat? What if we're the combo deck? Wizards of the Coast screenshot this. So, you know, you play cold acclamation, and you're like, time to combo off, boys and girls. And then everyone is like fighting to, and then like it would be a complete disaster. Everyone is fighting to stop your combo, but they're just drawing you cards, increasing the chances that you combo. It'd be complete nonsense. Oh, you're playing a Storm deck? Cool. Yeah, I'm the real Storm deck. Teferi gives Flash. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, so Teferi, Time Raveler. Could play that in the same deck. It's a fascinating design. I like it. It's definitely... It's very original. You know, this is what they should have been thinking of. This should be the real plot cards. I mean, it's possible this is broken. It's possible if played in the right deck. We don't know for sure. I can feel its strength though. Okay, we got the Lively Canopy Limerick. It's a 2-mana. What does it say? Wallop at the top. It's a sorcery. Target a creature to die. It must be one who flies. Only if blue or black will do. This is not real. Can't tell if it was AI generated or someone is just screwing today. John Wick. Okay, so this is... I've only seen the first movie, and I only watched it so I could learn the memes. It's a Mardu card. First strike, vigilance. John Wick gets +1/+1 for each equipment attached to him. Equip abilities, you activate that target John Wick, costs 2 less to activate. Whenever a partner you control dies, who is not John Wick, you may cast John Wick without paying its mana cost. If cast this way, John Wick gains Death Touch and Haste until end of turn. Partner. I think it should be, you know what? I think John Wick should have been like when it ETBs, you get a dog. When the dog dies, John Wick gains all these abilities. I think that would have been like infinitely more flavorful. Long story short, some people killed Wick's dog and basically took him out of killer retirement. It's the text for Wallop, but it turned into a limerick. Oh, I'm not familiar with either. I don't know what Wallop is. They're going to partner him with his dead dog? No, the thing is, the dog should have been alive. There should have been a live dog, and it's like... Or it should have been like, when a dog dies, John Wick gains all this. Otherwise, it's just like a regular... He's just like a 2/2 human being. Partner with District Mascot from Ether Drift. You know, for as many words as there is on this card, it's actually sort of fair, especially if it's going to be an equipment, especially if it's going to be in an equipment deck. Oh, Ishimaru, yeah, especially since that dog is very bland, also legendary. Is there a separate dog called Yoshimaru? I just know about Ishimaru. Or was it Yoshimaru? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Ishimaru. Oh, it was Yoshimaru. There we go. Oh no, I'm thinking of a different dog. This is another dog. This one might be closer to John Wick's dog anyway. Whenever another legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, put a counter on this thing and its partner. Wow, this is actually a perfect combination. Unbelievable. This goes perfectly with John Wick. Anyway, oops. Where am I here? Goes perfectly with John Wick. This card is about John Wick. Meanwhile, chat is like, what the dog doing? Because the dog is the source of the lore. There would be no John Wick if there was no dog. Wait, I should say in some sense there would be no John Wick if there wasn't a dog that wasn't a dog anymore. So, the dogs are the law. All right, it's a cool card. I wish the lore was better though. It was not. It was. I would say it's a flavor fail. It's a hard flavor fail. Next up, let's go the damn draws with Gramorex, the Shell Raiser. It's a turtle, and it's sort of dead. It's a 7-mana, 6/10 turtle zombie wizard. Ward mill 10 cards. Honestly, that's not even a big deal to me. I finished so many games with like more than half my library. 10 cards is nothing. When Gramorex enters the battlefield, each player mills X cards where X is the number of permanents they control. Easy. Sacrifice a permanent. Choose a permanent that shares a type with the sacrificed permanent in a graveyard. Put it on the battlefield under your control. It gains Ward 2. Activate up to twice each turn. That is ridiculous. Okay, so you can sacrifice... So the idea is you can sacrifice token creatures or just small creatures and then use it to your advantage and kill people with it. He becomes a lich? Is that how liches work? I just remember liches are like, if you would lose life, you gain life, or something like that. No. If you would take damage, you lose cards in your deck. Something like that. Benovsky says, can you still do rocket flight? Is this like a real character somewhere? Master Oogway? No. What is this from? This is obviously from some sort of anime that I don't know. I will sacrifice a land. Well, you don't sacrifice. It's the controller of Grammarix is the one who's sacrificing something. So they can sack a land to go get a land. Oh, they could do that perpetually. Choose a permanent. That's... Oh, but you only can do it... Sorry, you can only do it twice per turn. Look at that. Look how well designed this card was. To make sure that you didn't have infinite land drops in one turn. Its name is based off of Gamera, a creature from Godzilla. Ah. You like your King Kong and Godzilla stuff, don't you? Okay, well, it's a card. It's interesting. It's so I guess the milling thing is just so that you have access to more permanents later. Next we go back to the freebie section. Sphinx's Riddle. We have another riddle card. We have 2 cards with the word riddle in it in one day. 2 mana instant. Counter target spell unless its controller reveals a human card from their hand. What the hell? Counter target spell unless it's this. Well, okay, here's the deal. So first off, this looks really strong. But humans are the most common creature type in the entire game. You can just incidentally have a human and just completely counter this card. You know, I could be up against a control deck. They play like Teferi Time Raveler. I go Sphinx's Riddle. And they're like, they just flash a Snapcaster Mage at me, and then I'm just big sad. Because the answer to the Sphinx's Riddle was man. Oh, is that right? Wow. What a plot twist. Strictly against Merfolk deck. Well, it's fine. Merfolk have a lot of uncounterable cards. Cavernous Souls, Ether Vial. Bring your counter spells on. So yeah, I'm not familiar with the Sphinx's Riddle. A lot of people make a lot of cards based on lore. It's a huge flavor win. Oh yeah, what, racist against the humans? Just have a changeling. You people's answers to everything. Just have a changeling. Oh, niche creature type, changeling. Hey, you need to beat this Sphinx's Riddle, changeling. Bingo. Oh, we've had so many flavor wins so far. We've had an unbelievable number of flavor wins. Where's flavor win on this thing? Do we have flavor win? Oh, hero. Sick. Morphon is the answer to everything. Problem is, Morphon's expensive to play, in my opinion. Megastera, thank you very much for your super chat. We're going to look at Devastation Dragon. I'm doing great. And this dragon is going to be devastating. Okay, we have a, what is this? 13 mana. That's a 5/5, flying in haste. The spell costs X less to cast, where X is the amount of damage dealt to players this turn. Okay, so you can, so in theory it could be 3 mana. Whenever a source deals 5 or more damage to a player, destroy target land that player controls. No! Why? Why are we blowing up lands now? Deals 5. Whenever a source, so if I attack you with a bunch of 5/5 dragons, I can nuke all 5 of your, I can nuke you with, like, if I attack you with 5/5 dragons, like what we learned about here. Where is that stupid card? The Tiamat's Calling. Tiamat's Calling plus this thing equals you have no lands. It's you're gonna have nothing. It's literally a dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't that a bingo? Oh, is it? What do we have here? We have anime card, new card, greater, other TCG adaptation. Okay, there we go. Oops. Cost X less to cast for X the amount of damage dealt to players this turn. Well, it's probably okay. Like, if you deal, say, 10 damage late in the game, and it's probably going to be, it's not outrageously big. I mean, it's just a 5/5 creature, so people better deal with it. Also, hold on. Yeah, even though it has haste, it's useless, right? It's almost redundant because you're going to want to play this card after you've dealt the damage. And after you've dealt the damage, then you don't blow people's lands up. So the only way that you get like max effect out of this is you're going to pay the full 13 mana. That's a lot of mana. I know the economy's tough here, but like it's going to get even tougher when you're paying through 13 mana. Fantastic Fling card. Is it? No, Fling only deals damage equal to its... Is it by mana cost? No, I think it's by... Isn't Fling just deal 5 damage? Why would I want to Fling this? Go put all my work to get this Devastation Dragon. Oh, unless you want to Fling a few times first so we can reduce the cost of this card. That might work. You can also destroy your lands. Oh, is it symmetrical? Oh no! What have we done? You know, honestly, I think if we're the ones dealing 10 damage to the opponents to cast this for cheap, we're in good shape here. So I would say this is fine. Probably not a fun card to play against. Or maybe it's okay. Like personally for me, I don't care if you blow up my lands. Yeah, I'm not going to get all pissy about it. I know a lot of people, they're so sensitive about their lands, probably because they don't play enough. But, you know, I probably flood out more than I get mana screwed. So, you know, take out my lands all you want. I've lost the most miserable ways possible in Magic the Gathering for for decades, okay? My lands getting blown up is very low on the torture scale of losing. It's symmetrical. Bingo CMC. Oh, it's a big... No, but we already got that one. See, we got the 10 CMC. We got on that Tiamat card. The Tiamat card. Okay, back to the freebie section. Fidget Spinner. Literally does nothing. Pay 1 for a legendary artifact. That is a lie. That is a flavor fail. There are millions of these fidget spinners. I mean, it is the most carbon copy Chinese knockoff product maybe ever. It might as well be a token for crying out loud. We have tap, untap this card. That's a flavor win. That is true. It's basically a card that goes nowhere. Is there anything that combos with this card? What can combo with Fidget Spinner? I can think of very few cards, to be honest. But there are a few. I can think of maybe... Wake? Is it the Wake Thrasher? There's a Merfolk that cares. Whenever a permanent you control becomes untapped, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn, so we can go infinite there. Doesn't that screw you over? That's like anti-Mesmeric Orb. I mean, if you want to mill your library, sure. There are easier ways of doing that. Whenever a permanent becomes untapped, that permanent's controller mills a card, so you can mill yourself. Does that really combo with Horseshoe Crab? Untap, it doesn't do anything. It's basically well, I mean, it's a free Horseshoe Crab effectively. People saying Mesmeric Orb. Well, what makes this broken? I mean, you're just gonna mill your deck. There's a million ways of milling our deck. I want to mill someone else. I want to kill somebody with this thing. Not an equipment either. You can twiddle it. Well, it's pretty pointless. If you get that Karn emblem that pings everything, an artifact is tapped, it goes infinite. Okay, that's something. This is a cheap way to do it. This is a two-card combo to wipe out your library. Is there not like a better way of getting full value out of the stupid fidget spinner? I guess, you know what? It's flavorful. You're fidgeting around. We turn 2-card combos into 3, 4, 5-card combos. It almost makes too much sense. Fidget spinner needs a tap ability first. Well, it does have a tap ability. You know what you could do? It could be like, you know what they could have done? I don't know if this card would have been even more flavorful. Tap, just like, you know, tap. The card becomes tapped. I don't know, or it does nothing. I have no idea what the ability is. But you also have untap. You could have untap this card. Do it on someone else's end step. Draw no card from empty library, then leave. Can you activate during your untap step? No, actually. Then it goes with Millennium Calendar. Technically, no. The weird thing is you can't actually activate or do anything at your untap step. If anything triggers at the untap step, it just moves to your upkeep. Strangely as that sounds. It's Sensei's top from Temu? I don't think so. Okay, okay, the card is, I think it's a flavor loss. I think the card is fine though. Obviously, even chat can't break this card. So if chat can't break it, it's a real card. We're going to look at more custom Magic the Gathering cards, but we got to thank our sponsors today. Sponsors, chat. Let's start with FusionGamingOnline.com. Do you know where you can pre-order from FusionGamingOnline.com? The Final Fantasy cards, which is also a flavor fail, because it's never the Final Fantasy, is it? They just keep making more. SIDS for years and decades. And also Cloud Strife, always in our hearts. Also, deal of the week this week. Save 20% off all sleeves. I actually should buy some. As a tournament player, I need to play with fresh sleeves. No gunky, slimy, gamer grease sleeves per tournament. Could be considered marked. And you know what? I'm going to get an additional 5% off that 20% when I use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all my purchases. And also, it supports the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. You love custom cards, you love creativity. Unlock that creativity by renting and constructing as many decks as you want with Mana Traders on Magic Online. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription using coupon code Nikachu_ZAX. And back to the freebie section. We'll have one more freebie, and then we're going to do a million super chats. We've got Nail. Is that a real name? That sounds terrible. Like, clearly it's spelled different, but we all know what a nail is. Okay, Nail, Grand Abolisher, is a 4-mana, 3/4 demigod Surge Binder. What the hell is a Surge Binder? That has got to be a real. Are there any other Surge Binders in this game, or is that going to hit our bingo card for new? Or maybe we don't even have one for this. Yeah, new creature type. Yeah, we do have a new creature type. Crime Commander. It's real art. Oh, the art is great. Vigilance Flying. Why? You know what? There's a lot of weird things in Magic that fly that I don't think should fly, but whatever. Whenever an opponent commits a crime, they lose life equal to Nail's power. Holy crap! You know what? This really is the police around here. It's going to prevent, if you want to don't commit the crime unless you're ready to do the time. You're not really doing time. You're taking the pain. We've got during your turn, your opponents can cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. So this is basically a superior Grand Abolisher. Grand Abolisher is a real card. No, but what about Surge Binder? Is Surge Binder a creature type or not? Bingo, new creature type. Okay, I'm gonna trust Kano is on the ball here. I gotta trust chat around here. Yeah, legendary Grand Abolisher, which is no different from Commander players' Grand Abolisher in general, which are also legendary. You got nailed by Nail. Oh, it's literally in the name, Grand Abolisher. I guess this is like, it's almost like Stoneforge Mystic. There's many Stoneforge Mystics, but then there's Nahiri, the Stoneforge Mystic, and now we've got Nail, the Grand Abolisher of all Grand Abolishers. Bad boys, what you gonna do? When Nail comes for you. Okay, I have nothing else to say about this. Grand Abolisher is not broken. So I'm going to say Nail is not broken. Okay, time for Super Chats or us. Winter Fox, thank you very much for your very generous Super Chats. Let's take a look at your series of cards. Starting with Necropotence Parodies. Just 2 funny ideas I came up with while thinking and working on my Snow Colorless set cards. All right. We got Necro Impotence. This is, believe it or not, this is not the first time this joke has been made. Believe it or not. It's we got why the question marks? Like, why can't I get it up anymore? What happened? I don't want to look so embarrassing in bed anymore. Well, guess what, Necroimpotence? You can get subscriptions for those dick pills in no time. Real uncard name. Yeah, I think it's, oh yeah, it's a real uncard too. RIP stole the card name from Unhinged. You know what? This is like one of those things where 2 people could coincidentally come up with the same card. But it's really cheap. Okay, it's 2 mana, cumulative upkeep of double black, skip your draw step. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you draw 1 card, then discard a card. Pay 2 life, exile the top card of target opponent's library face down. Put that card into target opponent's hand during their next turn. What? So we're paying life to take cards from one opponent's library and then give it to another opponent's hand, which, by the way, is illegal. That's illegal. This is very unset-like. Notice, I don't think there's any combination of cards that lets you physically put somebody else's card in your hand. Like, only cards you own. You're giving the opponent Necro-Impotence. We gotta spread the Necro-Impotence. It's contagious. He's all bone, though. All bone, but no boner. I think they mean to give the card to that opponent. Well, yeah. So basically, the idea is whenever an opponent draws a card, we loot, but we can pay life to exile a card from one person's deck and then give it to somebody else, which is just weird. Also illegal. So you can't. You know what you could do? Because you can't give it to their hand. You can't physically put it in their hand. What you can do is say, exile top card of target opponent's library face down. Another target opponent can cast it from exile for as long as it's exiled, or something to that effect. Yeah, it's Necropotence for the same opponent. Badly written. It's Necropotence for the same opponent. But you pay the life! It's not, well, I mean, it's Necropotence for somebody. Why are we paying life so someone else gets a card? I mean, it's not broken. I mean, you could king make. Oh, this could be a problem, actually. You could king make with this card because you pay 2 mana. You just pay, like, what, all your life and give a bunch of cards to somebody. But they're exiled. Or they should be exiled. They shouldn't be actually technically going to their hand. Okay, we got we have Necropotence. Is there a cat girl in here? Where's the cat? Neko is Japanese for cat, I think. Oh, we have a 4 mana. Oh no, okay, there it is. It's a cat enchantment. No cat ears though. Whenever a cat enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact. So that's pretty sweet. Whenever a cat creature you control is targeted, you can pay 1. Phase out target cat creature you control. That's sweet. I like that. I don't know if cats would be in these colors though. Shouldn't be like cat be maybe scrap. How many red cats are there in the game? 0? Yeah, Neko is cat. She does have cat ears. They're just very subtle. Oh, they're blending in with the moon. I see them now. Yeah. The problem is they blend perfectly in with the moon. Bingo, you cat, get rid of these cards. Well, why not? Oh, you mean the cat? You can. I mean, if you don't have the 1 mana, then you're screwed. So if you tap out, you're in a lot of trouble. Also, like for example, if you board wipe, you're not gonna be able to save all your cats. Okay, this card's fine. For some reason, I think, you know, honestly, if I were a cat deck, I'd be pretty disappointed because, like, cats are very heavily in white, and there's no white here, unfortunately. Just fewer in those colors. Very, very few. Fire cat, den. Oh, there's a fire cat. Lots of saber tooths. Okay, maybe there's a few Maybe there's a few red cats. There's way more in white though. I think there's a few black ones too. Yeah, I think there's like almost zilch in blue. Thank you very much for your super chats. Okay, next up we got Kano. Does this count as 2 cards? Yes. If it's a actually, if it's a room, it might not. Okay, we have narrative end. Oh no, this totally counts as 2 cards. Yeah. Okay. So you've got like a weird. Why did you frame? Whoops. Why did you frame it like that with the double slash? It felt like a split card. Narrative End, double black sorcery, exile target creature. If this spell was cast from a graveyard, that creature's controller exiles the spell, then puts it onto the battlefield transformed under their control with a finality counter on it. Transformed into the Tragic Origin, which chapter 1, sacrifice a creature, create a treasure token. What is this from? Is this from something? Tragic Origin? Is this like Bruce Wayne just lost his father and there's all the money? Basically, it's like spiritual. It's what he inherited. Okay, and we have chapter 2. Target creature you control connives, then an opponent gains control of it. And then chapter 3. Each creature you control deals 1 damage to you, then phases out. I don't really have a whole lot of commentary for this card. I mean, it's just very fair. Very, very fairly designed. Flashback is enormous. So the idea is, so whatever. It's a sorcery speed removal spell, and you get a saga out of it. You got a saga out of the deal. Oh, you know what I didn't think about? Sorry, you get 2 parts of this. So you actually kill something at first. So you have 2 removal spells attached to this. Because you kill something the first time. Late game, it's not exactly a huge bomb. Like chapter 1 doesn't really do a whole lot. And in fact, it might even hurt you. Seems a bit weak. The whole sacrificing a creature thing already putting me on the back foot, in my opinion. Target creature control connives. That's fine. And then the target opponent. What is this? Are we trying to help our opponent more than we're trying to help ourselves here? I can almost feel like I don't even want to play the second side of this card. The point is that it hurts you, I think. The person whose creature is exiled gets the saga. Oh, is that how this works? Spell is cast from a grave. That creature's controller. Oh, you know, does that actually work in the rules? You give the saga to the creature's control. Oh, well, that completely changes everything. Controller exiles the spell, then puts it onto the battlefield transformed under their control. Oh, that completely changes everything. This card's insane. Yeah, I know, it makes way more sense. Nikachu can't read. Who would have assumed we're giving it to anybody? And who knows if that even works? When you exile a card, can it come into play under someone else's control? Still a very expensive flashback, though. Not real. You know, at 6 mana, that's really manageable. Like, games go to 6 mana. It'd actually be insane it actually might be OP. In a control deck, getting to 6 mana is nothing. And then like it's almost like a board wipe. So you pay the 6, you destroy something, then they have to sacrifice another creature, which might be the only other creature they have in play. Each creature you control deals 1 damage to you, then phase out. I mean, this is backbreaking having this card in play. It would almost be worth it. If someone narrative ends me the second time with flashback, I would kill my creature in response. Just so that this thing doesn't resolve. Discussing the rules on necro impotence. I don't know what rules we talked about, but I'll trust you. Where's discussing the rules? Oh, here we go. There we got it. Okay, interesting card. Good stuff. Next up, we got Robert Boydston with Gaia's Study and Sarah Library. What are you paying $20 for? Okay, Gaia's Study. Oh, good, you have them both together. Okay, we're looking at Sarah's Library. Legendary land. I love lands. When Sarah's Library is put onto the battlefield, sacrifice 2 untapped planes. No! If you don't exile it, tap that a white. We don't even tap for that much. Pay double white X, tap, choose a white or enchantment card from outside the game with mana value X and attach it to a creature you control. The chosen card can only be used once per game. If the chosen card leaves play, exile it. This actually makes a whole lot of sense. So, like, I'm like, you know what? That ability is super powerful to have on land. You probably need to sacrifice 2 untapped lands. It's got, but it had such alpha and beta vibes here. It's super alpha beta like, or like, I don't know, maybe not, maybe that's too far. You know, it's those old sets that are like, okay, for this land to come into play untapped, you must sacrifice other untapped cards. Oh yeah, very fair. Shame Nikachu's hate on auras. Well, this would make auras so much better because you don't even need to have them in your deck. And it looks like you could play them at instant speed. So choose a white aura from outside the game, which, by the way, well, I mean, if we're talking about like one-on-one magic, you'd have access to 15 of them and attached to a creature you control. So you can instant speed swipe and yoink an aura from outside the game and play it on this creature. It would actually be a step in the direction of making auras good. But you can't just, that's such a powerful ability. I think actually it's been balanced quite well by sacking the planes. Maybe too balanced, in fact. Enchantment needs more support. Give me a Court of Calling for enchantments. I mean, basically, you need to make more hexproof creatures. Simple as that. Auras got better with more hexproof creatures, but now the removal is so good that they don't even care if your creature has hexproof. It's a land, though. I know. You gotta sack 2 planes for this thing, and then how are you gonna pay for this? How are you gonna pay for this? Not easily. Gaia's Study. When Gaia's Study is put onto the battlefield, sacrifice 3 untapped forests. If you don't exile it, tap for a green, or you can pay triple green X. Choose a green creature card with mana value X from outside the game and put it onto the battlefield. The chosen card can only be used once per game. The chosen, well, okay, and then if the chosen card leaves play, exile it. I actually think this works out too. It's it would be interesting to know what the breaking point to an ability like this is. The ability is busted, but the downside is stupidly high too. Let's not forget about that. Like sacrificing 3 untapped forests is basically you're saying, okay, I'm sacrificing my turn to get this stupid Gaia's Study in play. The art being off-center is such a custom card mood. I can't relate. I don't make custom cards. I just I assume everyone fixes those bugs by the time they go to print on this show. Why are we conjuring cards like we're playing Arena? So yeah, I think this card works too. It would be probably more playable in a green deck that can ramp and also sacrifice the lands, or maybe has some means of getting the lands back afterwards, even after you've sacrificed them. So you have like some sort of Crucible of Worlds, Azusa combo going on, plus Gaia's Study. This could be a powerhouse. It's very, very wood elemental vibes. Let's hope we're not actually looking for that card. Anyway, this is a neat idea. Hopefully it's balanced. Can't you read for paths? It's 2 card limit $5 per card. This is $20. Into the Cryosis, the finale of the series. You want to get the whole series done this week? Okay, hold on. Into Cryosis part IVB. Or you just want... Oh, did you want to donate? All right, so we're going to consider those some donations because you have only 2 cards here. Okay, we got 2 mana, Snow Enchantment Aura. Enchant target creature. Okay, for everyone that loved auras, here it is. Here's the aura for you. Enchant creature is a white snow creature in addition to its other types and colors. Also, it has Cryopathy. The card deals damage to creatures in the form of ice counters. Return Blessing of Boreal Snow to hand if the enchanted creature has 6 or more ice counters. Also, if the creature... Getting too icy, we return back to hand. Commutative upkeep, put an ice counter on enchanted creature. So I guess the only idea is we turn a creature white and they have the ability to deal damage to creature with ice counters, which I believe stuns them. It basically stuns them. So 2 card limit means we can just pay $10 and get our 2 card limit out of the way. Yeah, that's about it. Or you can separate them, $5 each. The $5 crowd gets to see their cards first earlier on in the show, and then I prioritize the $10 crowd afterwards. Okay, so what do we have here? Just trying to think of the application of this. So the only downside... Oh no, but this thing gets an ice counter too. I can't remember what the ice counter does. So I can't just give you $200? Oh, you can give me $200. I'll take it. I just don't know why people will do it. Do ice counters really have a stun? I think it is. I think it is a stun. It was a typo. Give 1 to Pedgeman and 1 extra. Okay, we'll have a dono for Pedgeman. Hear that, Pedgeman? You're gonna eat well tonight. Refresh us what the ice counters do. I can't remember if they have any practical application. Because we're putting ice counters on this creature. So they're only good at blocking. Because they're not really good at attacking. I think if I understand that correctly. Let's move on to the second card while we wait for an answer. The Curse of the Boreal Frost. This is a 2 mana aura curse. Enchant creature. Enchant target creature with an ice counter on it. So they already have to have ice counters. Enchanted creature is a blue snow creature. In addition to its other types and colors, also it has Cryopathy. Return Curse of Boreal Frost to the hand when enchanted creature has no ice counters. This is like the opposite of the other one. Commutative upkeep. The controller of enchanted creature either removes 1 of its ice counters or pays 1 life. What does this do? It's blue and has Cryopathy. That's about it. Just for clarification, is it 2 cards per stream or 2 cards per donation? 2 cards per stream. Otherwise, these streams go 3 hours long or longer. And if I really need the money, we'll go back to that world. But holy crap. They're too... I don't even have a bathroom break. You guys can get up and go whenever you want. I am chained here reading these custom cards. These 3.5-hour shows are an absolute beating. Okay, ice counters do nothing, but the series does a lot with ice counters, like treats them like stun counters. All right, thank you very much. All these cards are fair. I mean, they borderline don't even do anything unless you get the synergy with the other cards. And you know what? It's harder. It's getting harder and harder to distinguish between cards that are from you or Winter Fox. They're basically the same thing. Super specific. Well, not in this case. We just don't know what the super specific thing is. Oh, actually, you know what this one is? Yeah, enchant target creature with an ice counter, and they only exist in this world. So, where's super specific? There we go. Super specific up there. Winter Fox goes LOL. Okay, next up, we've got quite a few big super chats. We have Trent Sims with Zealot Elite. and The Great Journey. Struggled for a theme again, decided to share some of my Halo cards. Is that, is it, do we have both of them here? The Great Journey. Okay, excellent. Is that, do we have a super chat for that? Other, it's not even an other TCG adaptation. It's just something else entirely. Okay, Zealot Elite. Full disclaimer, never played Halo. I was more of a James Bond GoldenEye 64 player as far as first-person shooters, and a little bit of Counter-Strike. 4 mana for a 3/3 double striker. When Zealot Elite enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each alien and vehicle you control. Whenever Zealot Elite attacks, gain 1 life for each modified creature you control. So you want a lot of equipment. You gotta lock and load. And the aliens? Is there aliens in Halo? Is that the whole deal? Ugh, I could never get into that. For some reason, I don't know about anyone else, but like when aliens are involved, it's just like somehow it's a huge turnoff. Unless it's Star Wars and Star Trek, then I can get behind it. Because like I don't know, things aren't considered aliens in that world. For lore, The Great Journey is the aliens version of the afterlife. Ah, The Great Journey. Is Jason alien? I don't think so. Is Venom in a set, and is it an alien? You might have got me there, Toads. You might have got me. It's a cool alien. Venom is a cool alien. Well, this is like fair. This is very hard fair. Okay, The Great Journey. It's the alien heaven. It's a 7 mana sorcery. Exile all creatures and vehicles. Choose up to 1 creature and or vehicle exiled this way, and return them to the battlefield under their owner's control. You know what you should do? Maybe also exile them from the graveyard. I mean, I don't know what the flavor of this thing is. Exile all creatures and vehicles. Choose up to 1 creature and or vehicle exiled this way, and they come back. So basically, you're wiping the board, which is cool, actually. I like that. So you're wiping the board, and you get to keep something. This is actually really original. I can't think of has Wizards ever invented a board wipe where you get to keep like one of the cards? Choose up to 1 creature and vehicle. It's very funny. We're favoring vehicles over here. Aren't people from other planes in MTG considered aliens to the plane they enter? Isn't that the entire point of the Eldrazi? You know what? You got me. I guess I'm turned off by like what's it called? Very weird how do I put it? Either like the tiny, thin, big head aliens, like ET like aliens. What else? Like predator looking aliens. Or alien even looking aliens from the Alien movie. The aliens in Halo are religious zealots that think setting off a galactic superweapon would transport them to a promised land of sorts. Ah! Another... Sephiroth. When said superweapon just destroys all life. Yeah, Sephiroth had a big head too about that. I'm not super big on Halo, but I have friends that are super big on Halo lore. The Eldrazi are aliens, though. You know what? You can say anything is an alien if anyone's from another plane. Okay, this is a cool card. Great chat. Great chat. Chat. Okay, we got Steve Cooper with Mana Cycle and a donation for the bingo space. Oops, too big. This is Mana Cycle. White, green. Oh, just big enough. Excellent. And then, okay, so we'll save the bingo. Do we have the thing? Donate for bingo? Donate for, okay, we have 1 donate to chat. Okay, now let's get back to what's important. Mana Harmony. 2 mana instant. Choose one, where X is the total amount of white and green mana in your mana pool. So remember, this is the type of card that likes to have mana floating in your mana pool, and you get these effects. Creatures you control get +X/+0 and gain trample until end of turn. Destroy target enchantment. Oh, so you always destroy an enchantment? Yeah, I guess so. So it's basically, well, okay, it's not disenchant with upside. It's like a different type of card. Because disenchant destroys artifacts or enchantments. And then we have creatures you control get +0/+X and gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. You gain X life. What the hell is this? This is that the second side is insane. Isn't this just like strictly better heroic intervention? And what is it? And it barely has nothing to do with the X. It's like, oh, they get a little bit more buffed. I guess we get a little bit more life. I guess that's the idea. So if you have more mana, you have a better heroic intervention. And you do have to float the mana. Let's not forget about that. So you have to float the mana, and if you're going to use it, like if you use it or lose it, you get some value out of Mana Harmony, but it might tap you out if you cannot use that mana afterwards. This is like the old hybrid cards. Yeah, similar. Does that make home intruders aliens? People are putting a lot of pressure on my hate for the aliens. Alien species out there in outer space. No, I consider all human beings not aliens. The first one is probably good for breaking through your friend's ghostly prison. The latter's toughness buff is good against Toxic Deluge. Oh yeah, it dodges Toxic Deluge. No, right on. Okay, another banger from Steve Cooper. A very innovative mechanic. You can steal that one, Wizards. Don't be afraid to steal. Okay, what do we have next? We have... Who has... Okay, let's go to Kalia. Kalia didn't get any... I don't think Kalia got a card yet. Fammy. The Famine Devil. So you're telling me Fammy doesn't have anything to eat in their fridge. This is triple green, triple black for a 1/1 Horseman of the Apocalypse Devil. That's got to be... It's got to be a super chat. 5+ words in name? No. 5 card? No. Oh yeah, 5 card types. There's a lot of types in here. Also, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. Okay, Death Touch, Lifelink, First Strike. Pay 0 to regenerate your Fammy. Activate at will. Fammy can block any number of creatures. Oh, more powerful than a 100-handed one. Gets +1/+0 for each creature it is blocking. Tap, search your library for a Horseman of the Apocalypse Devil creature. Put it into your hand, then shuffle. So the card... What are we getting? Death Devil, if you still feel anything for mankind, then please die right now. What is the point of this thing? What do we get? Deviled eggs for eyes? The Horseman of the Apocalypse? Okay, I'm curious. Horseman of the Apocalypse. Does this card exist? Is this even a card, or is this like a card type? This doesn't exist. I don't know what I'm looking at. Search your library for a Horseman of the Apocalypse Devil creature. Oh, are we just looking for like the same card all over again? Because this is literally the only one that I know of. I'm staring right at it. It doesn't exist. No, it does. It's right here. Voila. May I present to you another Horseman of the Apocalypse Devil? So we're just finding a replacement to our old Fammy, just in case something happens to Fammy. Can you even get rid of Fammy? Yeah, you can exile Family. Fammy can't do anything about exiling effects. I guess so, yeah. Changelings would be Horsemen of the Apocalypse Devil creatures, wouldn't they? There's probably at least 4 horsemen. There are ostensibly 3 other horsemen. No, it needs to be Horsemen of the Apocalypse Devil creatures. They're very specific around here. Of is not a creature type that you can look up. It's a super blocker that replaces itself. Okay, it's very expensive. So I'm definitely not going to say it's illegal. Yeah, it's an anime card. Yeah, I guess this is an anime card. I think a few of you pointed that out. Who else gets credit for that? William. William, I'd love to give you some credit for that one. You spotted that one a mile away. I want to make a point that calls upon what people are typing at the moment. Creature types can have spaces. Wizards of the Coast made the Doctor cards Time Lords. 2 words with a space that means one thing. Exactly. Exactly. Just like the eggs in their eyes. Okay, next up. Let's get Nova the Space Wolf. Love ya. No Runeterra cards today. No! I'm just learning what League of Legends are. I gotta go into the past. See what you've made. Made cards based off Bleach characters. Ugh, I don't know anything about that. We gotta look at D Toll. I guess you made a lot of League. I'm just gonna look at your card history, see if I can make any sense out of it. First time making characters that aren't based on existing cards. So you're making a whole new thing. We got a 4-mana 3/4 Spirit Samurai Cleric called Retsu Unohana, 4th Division Captain. 5 words in the name. We're getting. Actually, we're not really that close to bingo. I haven't seen any It Danger cards too. At the start of your upkeep phase, gain 1 life for each legendary creature you control. Bankai for a mana. Retsu Unohana gains when Retsu Unohana attacks. Put an indestructible counter on another creature you control until end of turn. That's actually cool. I'll just have one comment about this card. It's sort of redundant to have at the upkeep phase gain a life, because anything that happens during the untap phase. Oh, sorry, you said the upkeep phase. That at the beginning of the you just say upkeep step. Okay, forget it. I thought you meant the untap phase. So I don't know why you would use the word phase. So just use the upkeep step, or at the beginning of your upkeep. Actually, it should be worded at the beginning of your upkeep. Gain 1 life for each legendary creature you control. That isn't how counters usually work, but they do today. You know, put an indestructible counter. So what it does is that you have if you can remove counters, you can get rid of the indestructible. So it's not like it's an effect on the creature, like in the card text until end of turn. It is a counter, which, by the way, Wizards is experimenting with right now. Like the most annoying card for me in Modern is this stupid Guide of Souls, that if you have enough energy, you pay the energy and you put a feather counter on a creature, which gives it flying. So even if I remove all the abilities from the creature, I don't get rid of the stupid feather counter. So the deal is, like, even if you played a card like Dress Down, which removes all the abilities from the creature, they still have indestructible in this case. So it's actually unique in that way. And I actually think it is somewhat in the range of what Wizards of the Coast is doing at the moment anyway. This creature gains until end of turn. When this creature attacks, put an indestructible counter on up to 1 target creature you control. Or you want to word it better. When it attacks, put an indestructible counter on another creature you control. Yeah, maybe you could put like maybe a period or comma and then remove that counter at end of turn. Something like that. At end of turn, sacrifice that counter or some crap like that. Or remove the counter. Nikachu ignoring bingos because he's afraid of the red lobster he ate at lunch might creep. I don't go to Red Lobster just for that reason. My wife has a gift certificate to Red Lobster. We don't go. We also only have 1 Red Lobster. And Red Lobster is going bankrupt, so, joke's on them. They should sell less seafood, which would screw over their business. Less seafood, more burgers. Solfum says, little nitpick here. I believe that activated ability is more like her Shikai, not her Bankai. I cannot relate. I cannot agree or disagree. Infinite Red Lobster money. Yeah, you have infinite money when you don't spend it. What else do we have here? Yeah, those are just random words to me. Okay, I think it's cool. We have, is there another card here? We have Retsu, Unohana, the first Kenpachi, 6 mana, 6/6. Spirit Samurai Barbarian, Bloodthirst 2. All creatures blocking and being blocked deal combat damages -1/-1 counters. Then the Bankai. So this is the other this is the other ability. 2 mana, remove all -1/-1 counters from creatures you control. That's it? Oh, I see. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so you have a creature that deals damage in -1/-1 counters. All creatures do. It's interesting. The effect actually affects everybody, but then you also have the ability to remove those counters at the same time. Was bloodlust if an opponent was dealt damage this turn? This creature enters with 2+1. Oh, you have +2/+2, so you can actually sort of maybe like compensate for the -1/-1 counters. Combos with a persist. Oh, Sivart, yeah, I heard your Truth or Dare card actually is doing quite well on the custom board. Your first custom card. People loved it. Okay, next up. We've got... I guess Surefire Selves hasn't gotten one card yet. Let's take a look at Surefire Selves. You have Molten Coalescence. Can I look up Molten? Oh, good. It showed up. Cool. I think I'm feeling only red cards today. Oh, you're on fire, Surefire Selves. Well, it's in your name. It's in your species. It's okay, quadruple red sorcery. Destroy all the artifacts. Create Heimdallr, a legendary equipment artifact with equip 1 and equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter on this artifact. Then put X charge counters on it, where X is the total mana value of artifacts destroyed this way. What the hell is going on here? At first I thought this is a red card. Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Why can't we have a less complicated equipment? So I understand what's going on here. We blow up the artifacts, but then we're melting them to make a new artifact. And in fact, we're making an equipment. But this is really hard to keep track of in my head. It's legendary as equip 1. Equip creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter. Why did we have to include charge counters on this thing? Then put X charge counters on it, where X is the total mana value of artifacts destroyed this way. Okay. It works. Danger. This might result in insane damage. Well, it doesn't deal that much damage, right? So I mean, it could be. I mean, look, there's a long process here. First, you have Molten Coalescence. Then you hope there's a lot of artifacts on the battlefield. But then you get the equipment, which you still have to equip for 1, and you have to put on a creature that doesn't die, and doesn't get blocked, and doesn't get screwed over in some way. You can chump block this thing, right? The equipment isn't outright broken. I mean, it just makes a giant equipment. We're gonna make a big sword, big, giganto sword. I'm just wondering if there's a cleaner way to word this. I understand what you're trying to do. It's it just feels. I'm doing mental gymnastics reading this to know exactly, to internalize how it's working. But I mean, it's fair. It's super fair, in fact. It's quite original too. I think this is the only card I've ever seen. It's okay, we're gonna destroy all the artifacts, and we're gonna make something anew of it. We're gonna make something anew. Wizards should really have this effect: destroy artifact, turn into equipment. You gotta do something with that scrap metal. Little MX Doom, draw 4th Truth. Did you spell 4th right, or did you spell it wrong? Okay, you spelled it wrong, and you told it to me wrong, but that was good because that's what I needed to search up. This is a 6 mana sorcery. It's got Artifact Offering. You can cast the spell as though it had flash by sacking an artifact. I was about to say, isn't that Emerge? But then we have Emerge at the bottom here. What is going on here? Sacking an artifact and paying the difference in mana cost between this and the sacked artifact. Mana cost includes color. Or I guess the idea is like emerge is not artifact, so you have like you give an artifact version. Why didn't they call Mensa people to make cards? Believe it or not, Mensa people can still be stupid. There is a point where if your IQ is high enough, you start to become an idiot. You go crazy like Bobby Fischer. They spelled it right. Draw forth means something like bring out. Oh. Oh. Okay, you know what? I didn't read the whole it's draw forth truth. Otherwise, I look at it like draw forth, like the fourth card. Yeah, draw forth sword. Okay, we also have emerge, which is weird because that's an Eldrazi mechanic. Draw 2 cards, then draw an additional card for each permanent sacrifice to cast this spell. That's going to be big money. I wonder how well this would work with artifacts, especially affinity. I think affinity would really like this. Could be busted with affinity. Could be big. Could be big game. This is a variation of a real mechanic from the original Kamigawa block. Oh, really? They trained their brain incorrectly or drank beer or something? No, I don't think that's how it works. Nikachu with the learned grammar. Well, you know what? There's a lot of things I should have learned. I didn't, but it's too late for me now. But you know who it's not too late for? Funtley! Thank you very much for your super chat. Multiversal collapse. Oh my, what is going on here? Okay, it's technically not free. You do have to pay that colorless. So for colorless and 10 life, we have a sorcery that can't be countered. Multiverse Collapse can be cast once per game. And you better believe I hope I'm the first one to do it. Each player returns each card they own from each zone to their library. All cards. Shuffle the libraries together and split them evenly. To determine ownership of a library, flip a coin. Each player draws 7 cards. Yeah, definitely chaos. Chaos ensued hard. Card doesn't... Card... Do we have that? Card doesn't work. Oh yeah, we do have a card doesn't work. We can't shuffle the decks together. That's the problem with this card. Shuffle the libraries together and split them evenly. So basically, we're basically turning this into a party box of everybody's deck. Oh man, it's gonna be a nightmare if everyone shares sleeves. I think technically all the cards in the wrong library immediately get put in the graveyard. It danger to every player with the same. Yeah, exactly. Oh no, we own the same sleeves. It'll take forever to like parse everything. Pretty cool flavor. Oh, because of the multiversal collapse. All the universe is collapsing in on each other and starting anew. More like multiversal melding. You will own a different library. Is that what it says? Each player to determine ownership of a library, flip a coin. Oh god. Yeah, we're gonna walk away. This is like the worst. I'll tell you what you do. You just build a 99 card, like a 99 land deck with, I guess, 98 lands and 1 multiversal collapse. And you just mulligan for this. You mulligan like crazy for this thing. You play it on turn 1. Oh, and I guess you need to have a deck full of wastes. It's just literally a deck, 98 wastes, 1 multiversal collapse. And then you just walk away with a new deck. That's the deal. It would break the meta. Because everyone would do the same thing. They don't want to lose their cards. The odds that you walk away with your 98 wastes are like basically 0%. This card doesn't work rules-wise for either this or the card Necro Impotence either. Make a deck full of draw and no win conditions. Oh no, you make a deck with just this thing. And mulligan for it. I don't know what the odds of mulliganing and getting it, but like the deck is worthless, so who cares? Then somebody plays a card to start a sub game. Oh no! How would that work? Yes, playing sub games with after the multiversal collapse. That's against the rules, isn't it? Screw the rules. I have your guy's cradle. Yeah, and then run out the door. What's stopping you, Nikachu, from making your ads a playable video on a stream while you go pee, and then do the ad when you have to pee? I mean, I guess there could be a situation where I have like a pre-made Fusion Gaming Online ad or something, and I just roll it. But what if I have to take a dump, and the dump can take? Sometimes it takes 5 to 10 minutes. You know, I'm getting at that age. You have to enjoy the process. Thank God we live in a cell phone age. I can be on the toilet for as long as I need to be. Okay, this card is impossible. It would be snap banned everywhere. It's fun to talk about though. Torn. Okay, you have I have no idea how much you've under contributed, but there's been some super chats. Who donated? Steve Cooper donated. So whatever is lost is gonna be compensated by this. Read. Erect. Deflecting Abjurer. Okay, this is a 4-mana 1/4 human wizard. When Read Erect enters the battlefield, put a shield counter on him and another creature. Gotta love them shield counters. Now for a blue tap and a blue. These supposed to be reversed, right? I'm pretty sure that's just what the... That's a good question. What is 35 DKK? 35 DKK in USD. What was that? Oh, it is $5. It's $5 US. So I don't know. Okay, you know what? It actually passes. This is being 100% paid. Okay, yeah. It's I don't know what the deal is. Google didn't think that was enough. I think it's enough. Okay, so the super chat is still on the table. Blue tap is the proper templating. All right. Anyway, then not a big deal. Counter target spell with mana value less than or equal to read. Read Erect is. This feels weird saying that. I'm gonna rename Erect. Erect. Read Erect. A power. The spell's controller creates a copy of the target spell, choosing a different target for the copy. The spell's controller creates a copy? Then what's the point of this? Counter target spell, so we counter it mid-flight, but then the spell's controller creates a copy of the target spell, choosing a different target for the copy. So, well then why are we countering the spell? Why don't we just say redirect the spell? Or are we forcing somebody to do it? That's the idea. What a banger. What a name. Yeah. It's redirect. Chat is so much more powerful than I am. Zach's like, explosion, head explode. Can we? No, apparently we can't. So what we're doing is if okay, there is actually 2 options here. So first off, if the spell No, they're still getting 2 spells out of this. So my problem is if we counter a creature, they're getting a creature anyway. If we're countering a but it's if we're countering a lightning bolt, we force them to choose something else. I don't know why we're not redirecting the spell. Like, why are we giving the opponent an option? They can just point it at. They could point a removal spell at another creature that we control. Combos with uncounterable spells you cast. Yeah, I guess so. Get double. Same for the price of 1. For someone named Redirect, he's not very good at it. Yeah, you're right. What a burn. What a burn to redirect. Can't even redirect things properly. Or barely. It's basically, no, don't do that. Do something else. Guess you can use it on someone's counter spell? How would that work, actually, if there was no other target? So, like, someone plays a spell, another person uses a counter spell, but then redirect counters the counter spell. They get a copy of the counter spell. Where does it go? They have only one other target on the stack. Or maybe it fizzles because there are no targets because they can't target the same thing. If they do creature, you get the creature. No, the spell's controller gets a copy, so they get the creature. We don't commandeer the spell. We're just countering it. I guess you can force them to redirect towards ward. Yeah, I think if there's no target, it would just fizzle. It's just not going to be it's not going to be allowed to counter the same thing. Okay, it's a legal card. It's an interesting card. It's a fascinating coffee topic. Okay, so okay, we'll get back to the super chats. We've got Elixir with Harvest Negativity. This is a 2-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card for each creature you control with power -1 or less. Impossible. The rules have changed that I don't think anything can get to negative numbers. Or can they? I was pretty sure. I thought the rules changed so that you can't have, like, numbers don't go negative. But now that I think about it, I think there's like one creature that starts off as negative. If I remember correctly. Discord chat seems to think otherwise. That's very possible. You can have negative power. There's 2 creatures. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card for each creature you control with power -1. Can you name one of the negative power creatures? I think you can make powers negative. It just acts like 0 for most things. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so the thing is, things get -13, but if it goes beyond 0, then it's just 0. So that's the problem. So at the beginning of your end step, if something has 0 power, you're never going to get a benefit off of this card. But it counts as 0 if you were to do damage. Maybe you're right. Negative power exists, but it acts like 0 for damage, but the power is less than 0. Okay, I'm just gonna trust y'all. You guys know the rules better than I do, for the most part. In Arena, it's shown as negative. Okay, that's good enough for me. Arena knows everything. Let's track like that. Okay, perfect. There was some rule with Death Shadow that, like, the negative power would not increase its power. That's all I'm just gonna say. So, but I don't know the nuances of that rule. Or sorry, no, it had to do with negative life. Yeah, because you lost life. When your life total got into the negatives, Death Shadow, in theory, could go infinitely big, but it didn't count like that. Death Shadow is, yeah, it's a negative life card. Oh, so maybe there's no such thing as negative life? Maybe I got it mixed up. All right, now let's talk about the card. Now that we know, like, negative power is legal. Harvest Negativity, blue-black enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card for each creature you control with power -1. All right. You want basically spend. It's an interesting card. How do you get to negative power for the most part? I guess there might be some enchantments that will, like, drag the power down of your creatures, so you can keep drawing. It sounds. It does sound janky though. You basically need an army of weaklings. You need to go out of the way to play with crappy creatures. Massacre Girl? I don't think Massacre Girl is going to help here, because Massacre Girl is probably going to kill everything on the battlefield. And then at the beginning of your end step, you're not going to draw a squat. Lots of blue cards can give -X, -0. Oh, finally, some synergy for those crappy cards. Okay, it's it's more of a rules discussion than anything else. Thank you very much for submitting the card. Steve Cooper, letting everyone know how creepy you can be. I'm inside your walls. Imagine telling that to your date. Hello, I'm inside your walls. Okay, we have triple black for unsafe intrusion. An instant, if you control a demon, horror, or a nightmare, the spell can't be countered. Damage can't be prevented this turn. And then each permanent end player loses a hexproof, protection abilities, and ward abilities until end of turn. I'm inside your home, unknown. This is creepy as hell. This is literally the boogeyman. This also looks like an adult head over here. So it's like not even a kid. It's like, oh my god, the boogeyman is real. I knew it all along. Each permanent player loses hexproof. So basically one side's being scary. You can't stop anything. You can't prevent damage anymore. You lose hexproof, you lose your protection abilities. Ward doesn't mean squat around here. If my modal face card counts as 2 cards, I'll have a replacement. Probably it does, but that's okay. Well, there's some donations, Little MX Doom. So we'll give the second side as a donation from Steve Cooper, because Steve Cooper, still haven't used the Steve Cooper donation. If you ever check out the after school special, Dad Ronald from When I Was a Pup, he lived in the walls. Sounds like a philosophy thing. Okay. I have nothing much to say about this. I mean, it's just an interesting card. Like right before you have to like blast someone off the face of the earth. Or I don't know, cast does lose indestructible? Hexproof, protection, ward. Oh, things are still indestructible. You know what? Superman's not afraid of anyone in their walls. Crazy take on Shadow Spear. Overcosted? 3 mana. Maybe at 3 mana. Do you want to be interesting? Is you make a creature out of this card. You can make a creature. Next up, we've got Surefire Selves with Jumpstarter Mirror. The other red card, this time with Ether Drift theming. 3 mana, 1/1 Mirror. Haste, tap, add a red. If that mana is spent on a creature spell, it gains haste until end of turn. Well, that's perfect. Exhaust, tap, add 5 red. This creature loses all creature types and becomes an artifact. It's not a creature anymore. So basically, I actually like this card. It's a delayed version of, what is it called? Seething Song? I think it's Seething Song. The 3 mana red ritual that you get 5 red mana. Bro, Kryptonite Walls. Well, it's the only thing Superman would be scared of. Otherwise, not scared of anyone living in the Kryptonite Walls. Benjamin says a simple negative power example, which a lot of people did already. Scourge of the Skyclaves can have negative power even in the graveyard, and thus increase the amount of creatures you can bring back with Netheroid. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, it has haste, though. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. It's basically... I was about to say this card is very fair because, like, you can't use the exhaust ability immediately. No, wait, you can. Because of the, because of haste. So you go 3 mana. Oh, this card might be broken. So once it's on the battlefield, you can just immediately exhaust the stupid thing. Add 5 red mana to your mana pool. The creatures... Yeah, it's actually broken. It depends on the format that you play it in. But, yeah, it is Seething Song. If you have an artifact blink, you can make a lot of mana. It danger! It danger! Maybe for Commander, it doesn't danger as much. I'm just thinking for, like, Pioneer, Standard. So Standard, Pioneer, and probably Modern. That's the breaking point. And then Legacy, who cares? They got all sorts of stupid... There's more busted cards than this card in Legacy. Merlin took control of Superman more than once. Oh, I don't know Superman lore. I can't get into that superhero. No, I'm not a Superman fan. I think I've seen a little bit of some of the movies, and I'm like, I don't care about this at all. Loot is sweating. I suppose so. Okay, so I'll say that this actually is fine. But it's very strong. It would be banned in most formats. So for Commander, fine. Legacy, fine. Vintage, fine. Anything lower than that, broken. It's really broken. It's a lot of mana. 3 mana. It's basically 3 mana, get 5 mana. And there's nothing stopping it. If you don't have haste, then it's fair. But it does have haste. Which means it can, like, add mana immediately. It's like a weird mana rock. It's the strongest 3 mana rock of all time. And we're going to move on to damn draws with the Spreading Petrasense. I don't know what that is. Spreading Putrasense. It's something dead. It smells dead. 3 mana enchantment. Commute of upkeep, sack a creature. Sorry, commute of upkeep, sacrifice a land. Oh no, our lands. A landfall. Target opponent gets a poison counter. Oh. How to break this card? Again, like I've got my mind like, okay, Crucible Worlds, Azusa, that sort of works around here. We sack lands, but we can bring them back. In fact, we want to sacrifice them because we're going to get more landfall triggers. Oh no, not the cumulative upkeep. Well, you can end up losing more lands than you have than anything else. Then you're just going to be at like top deck mode for lands. And just like, I can work with this. This is a good one. Several effects bring all lands to play. Insta-kill. Oh, like what? You want to play this first and then go get Scapeshift or something? Or something close to that? Batman became Doomsday to take down evil Superman. Batman is the best. Oh yeah, Aftermath Analyst would work as well. But the thing is, you still need enough mana to use Aftermath Analyst. With Commutative Upkeep, sack a land. You might be short on some lands, but maybe not. Because you can crack it with the upkeep trigger on the stack. You could crack Analyst and get it back. Oh, true, Lord Windgrace. Yeah, just replay the land you just sacrificed. Okay, so I can't tell if it's fair or if it's danger, but certainly a card. Gravekeeper? I don't know. You'd probably just try to win that turn or next with lots of shenanigans. I think this is the type of card you're not going to win immediately. You are probably going to be in a very good position to win over the next 2 or 3 turns. You're going to be a big target, but I don't see any immediate way you win the game unless you are like automatically comboing with Aftermath Analyst. You can tap and pay mana, keep sack Analyst, and you bring the land you just sacked. Are you talking about the not Stirring Wild? No, I don't think it's Stirring Wild. Is it Stirring Wildwood? No, it's something Wildwood. Something wood. There's a land that turns into a creature in your graveyard, so you could use that to loop and kill people. I assume you just try to put 3 to 4 poison counters on them first couple turns. Yeah, that's probably what you do. I mean, I wouldn't look to be attacking with poison to win. Preacher Spreading Precedent. Putrasense is good enough. Little MX Doom. We grow up so fast, don't we? Chen Pao. Chen Pao. Frozen Ruin. Okay, yeah, you're going to need a donation from somebody else, which is from Steve Cooper. Okay, what do we have here? Chen Piao, Frozen Ruin. Oh, by the way, we've got 2 donations from 4 Paths of Life. One of them goes to Pedgeman, so if another person wants a dono, let me know in the chat below. Okay, Chen Pao, Frozen Ruin. It's a 4 mana, 3/4 elemental cat. This is a Pokemon? It looks like a Pokemon to me. A Pokemon I've never seen before. Whenever Chen Pao deals combat damage to a player, that player mills that many cards. Whenever a player mills 1 or more cards, draw a card. What? Oh, the trigger's only once each turn. This actually is insane. I mean, it's a 4 mana card, so it's probably not going to be broken, but it's quite good. And then for double snow, return Qian Pao to its owner's hand. Oh, it has a An escape cost. You can escape. You can use the Poke Doll. That's what you do. Oh, is this a Gen 9 legendary? I knew it was a Pokemon. I could spot it a million miles away. Okay, what do we have? Is this a second side to it? The Sword of Ruin. It looks like it's melting. Oh, is it ice? Okay, it's a 4 mana. It is a snow artifact equipment. It is melting, probably. Equipped creature has Death Touch. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to an opponent, exile target non-land card from that player's graveyard. If you do, you may cast a copy of that card without paying its mana cost. If you cast a spell this way, return Sword of Ruin to its owner's hand. Oh, so it's like Snap. It's a really clunky Snapcaster Mage. It's super clunky. I actually think it would be just fine that if you connect with this card, that you just get the card. Like, you can cast the card without paying its mana cost. Or how about you can cast the card for paying a converted mana cost? Because like bouncing this back to your hand is terrible. It would be so bad. Then you have to recast it, re-equip it, deal damage again. It wouldn't be worth it. Oh, the fleshes have been reached. In some sense, we are exiling from somebody else's graveyard. Seems like a real card. In some way, I don't think Wizards would print this thing that it gets bad. It's like that's like Razor Boomerang bad, you know? It bounces so you can cast either side again. Oh, I guess so. I guess that's the idea. That sounds awful though. Sounds chaotic. It's 2 mana intensive. So I'm gonna say it's definitely fair. There's one thing I know about Magic. I don't want to keep flippity-floppitying my cards over and over again. You'll just tempo yourself out. Neat. I don't know. I don't know anything about this Pokemon, so I can't tell if it's within the lore or not. Okay, Pedgeman, you got a card? You get one of these. I think one of them had your name on it. Where is it? Dono to Pedgeman, and then to one random winner. We still have no bingo here. Okay, I'm gonna look for Pedgeman's card. Pedgeman must certainly have a card. If anyone else wants a card, let me know. Okay, you do have something here. I have Ushi Wakamaru, which is Two-Face. Otherwise, I have Reject Humanity. Whatever. The dono was to you. I'm just gonna speedrun this thing. It's a 4-mana 2/4 Samurai Servant with jump. During your turn, Ushi Wakamaru has flying. Okay, whatever. Noble Phantasm. When this card is on the battlefield, you may cast a copy of a card on this card's back by discarding a card in addition to paying its other cost. So yeah, Pedgeman has this thing of you can play the backside for a certain cost. Whenever Ishi Wakamaru deals combat damage to a player, choose any number of permanents you control. For each type of counter on each of those permanents, add or remove a counter of that type. So isn't this like proliferate, basically? Okay, and then we've got the Wander. So you can cast the other side for like 1 mana. You can move upkeep of 1, flash. Target creature gains indestructible and hexproof until end of turn. And it's already broken. This backside is broken. You just don't have to pay the upkeep cost. So you have infinite like protection spells. Chapter 2, Wandering Tales of Shana O deal 3 damage to target creature. So what's interesting, you've worded it in such a way like you do have to pay the upkeep cost if I want the lore counter. That's interesting. So I just have to pay once and I get 3 damage. That's still a lot of value. Chapter 3, creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. Creatures your opponents control gain -2/-2 until end of turn. This is card in danger. And then Chapter 4, create a token that is a copy of target creature you control, except it isn't legendary and is an illusion in addition to its other types. This is too strong. This backside is insane. You have to like ramp up how much mana this costs. It's got to be at least 2 or 3 mana. 1 mana for this is nonsense. But it's sorcery speed protection, so it only matters for combat if the opponent has removal. You're actually right. You're right. Yeah, it is sorcery speed protection. So maybe this is a lot worse than I think it is. So basically for one, so effectively for 3 mana, we're going to deal 3 damage. We're going to get some indestructible, and also we will wipe our opponent of all their tokens. Because we're spending 1 mana now. We're going to pay an upkeep cost of 1 on this turn. Oh, so it's 4 mana total. Then I have to pay the upkeep cost here. And I don't care about this last one. Does it have flash? Oh, it does have flash. Yeah, yeah. I got gaslit here. It's got flash. Okay, I'm not going to waste any more time. This card's broken. This backside is insane. You got to make 2 mana, lose flash. Fair. I hesitated. You know, I used to make fair cards, Pedgeman. Now they're just, they're custom Magic the Gathering card power level, which I use to say, you know, people just make the most busted thing that they could possibly think of. Okay, did anyone suggest? Okay, Zach wants a dono. I would love to give Zach a dono. Primal causality. Primal causality. Green, double colorless. Oh, it's got Devoid. It's an enchantment. Once per non-extra turn. Okay, you may activate an ability of a creature you control without paying its activation cost. Once per you may activate. Interesting. Is there any way to break this card? Like, what's the greatest way we can abuse this thing? Like, who could we activate twice and it'd be busted? I would imagine there's nothing. Therefore, maybe, like, I'm surprised a card like this doesn't exist yet. And I'm assuming that the way it's worded, we can still also get the activated ability from tap cards, because tapping was just a cost. And that's a cost we're just not paying here. You can blink this thing. Oh, well, okay, then where would you go with that? Okay, let's say you blink it for extra activated ability. So like, okay, I'll use a free blink to blink this, and then then what? Then you're just stuck, right? You don't actually go anywhere. Because you only get one. Only one more. So if you use the ability to blink it, like I just don't know how you break it from there. Isn't there some Eldrazi that does something crazy if you have a lot of mana? Well, there's one that will put like all the Eldrazi's from outside the game into your hand. Anzorak might not be a bad one. Yeah, the Spawn Shire of Ulamog, but it costs 10 mana anyway, so no problem there. And like, you know what? Like, let's say this does break a card. What, like, it would be like a 2 or 3 card combo anyway. And this thing's like basically 2 colors, and it's really heavy. You need double colorless and then double green. I think it's cool. What MTG editor out there can cover most edge cases? Modal face cards, classes, rooms, contraptions, conspiracy, sticker sheets, the works. Sticker sheets? Don't support any place that's going to support stickers around here. I'd like to forget that they even exist. True Perdition. I don't think that would do anything. Where you want to swap power and toughness and then do it again, or swap life totals. Okay, it's a fascinating card. I think this is it would stimulate a lot of people to build around it. We got the Deck Collector Looped version 4. You've been in the business of crafting this for a while. Glad to catch you live. Thanks for joining us. Looped V4. So let's see what you've looped around here. Whoa! 7 mana. It's very heavy on blue. I usually like those things. Okay, Chapter 1. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard and all permanents not named looped they control into their library. Then each player draws 21 cards. sort of super chat effect on. What an ability. Chapter 2, exile looped with 4 time counters on it. It gains suspend. Chapter 3, take an extra turn after this one. How do you ever get there? Exile looped with 4 time counters against this. You would never get here. Oh, I see. No. You do get there. So you exile with 4 time counters, and then you get the 3rd chapter when that's actually a super original way of using sagas. So it's like instead of actually it's a really weird way, because normally it'd be like chapter 1, 2, then maybe 3, 4, 5, and 6 could be like do nothing. And then on finally on the last chapter, you get this take an extra turn after this one. You don't think this works? Why wouldn't it work? I think exiling it with 4 time counters on it works, and it gains suspend. It returns on chapter 1. It's supposed to be hard to reach chapter 3, I think. Yeah, I think that's the idea. Why would it... I don't see why it would go back to chapter 1 if we exile it and it still has 2 lore counters. Like, what's the big deal? I think the 3rd chapter never happens without time travel. I don't understand. Or is it that when we exile it with time counters, it's also still counting the lore counters? So we exile with time counters, then we go, the next turn we remove a suspend counter, but we add a lore counter. But the lore counter doesn't matter because it's suspended. Oh no, it would matter. No, but you can't sacrifice it when it's in exile. Exile with suspend equals is cast, so it removes the lore counters. Oh, really? Fascinating. So this is just decoration. So I think the idea is there needs to be some sort of time out. I think that's the idea of this card's design. This is version 4. Time for version 5. There needs to be like a chapter 3, 4, and 5 that's just like do nothing. Just watch this card. Look at it. Look at this card. I think the idea is that it's a troll card. It looks serious to me. Like, first off, 7 blue is a lot. So that's very hard to cast. Then each player shuffles everything and then draws 21 cards. Now, I think that's a pretty serious card. It's almost like Time Twister. And then after you draw the 21 cards, you have to dump your hand. Or you're gonna have like basically access to the best cards, but you're gonna have to discard to hand size. Yeah, probably intentionally hard to get. That's the idea. I think it's hard to get to the extra turn. Well, anyway, I don't know how to fix that, but I like it. I like it, even if it doesn't work technically. We got Adam T99. Disproportionate reaction. What the hell? Ditto the sentiment of catching you live. Not much of an MTG player, so may have wording wrong. Apologies. No, it's no problem. Although, why do so many non-MTG players... how do I attract so many non-MTG players on this show? Okay, it's a 4-mana legendary enchantment. Whenever a creature comes into play under an opponent's control, if its power is the greater... Huh? Whenever a creature comes into play under an opponent's control... If its power is greater than each other creature's power, pay 2 mana. I guess it's like you may pay 2 mana. If you do, you may search your library for 2 creature cards with combined X power, where X is the highest power on the battlefield. Then place both on the battlefield tapped, and then give control of one of them to your opponent. Fascinating. This probably is fine. So it's like if your opponent plays something big, and it's funny, they may never put a big creature out, and then you'd never have the ability to activate this. Maybe a control deck would want to play this. Like, let's say you're a control deck, and you wipe the board, and then your opponent is forced to play a creature, which will always have the greatest power, and then you yourself can... Oh, you know what would end up happening? You would like probably build your deck to have some crappy cards in it so that you get like the best creature and you give your opponent like a crappy creature. Bingo, learn grammar. Well, I don't, it's like more like learn Magic grammar. Where is the learn grammar part? There we go. I've learned grammar. Probably the other videos about cheaters and such. But even this one, like, this channel attracts a lot of non-Magic players. I think it has something to do. I have a feeling there's like nowhere else to share their people's custom cards. It's like, oh my god, someone's reading custom cards over here. Oh, it's got to be Magic. Okay, that's fine. We can work with this. Let's make some Magic the Gathering cards. Okay, I would say the templating is just backwards wrong. But I know what you're talking about here, so I would say that is actually fair design. It's probably fair design. No guarantees. The Sylvala player dabbling in Azorius. And Aussie dollars isn't US. Oh, no, it's fine. The last one was good. You had enough. If it goes yellow, like if the super chats get, or I guess it's not yellow, it's green. If it goes green, then that means you hit the threshold. That was enough. For yeah, very respectable donate. Okay, with that smidge of a donate, let's give Mappius a card for free. The Stowaway Rat. It's a 2-mana 1/1 rat. When this creature enters the battlefield, target opponent gains control of it. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can pay 2. If you do, sacrifice this creature. If you don't, discard a card at random. What's the point of this card? It enters the battlefield. We're going to give it to somebody at their upkeep. They can pay 2. They don't have to pay 2. They'll sack it for sure. If you don't, I think it should be more. It's probably a flavor thing. It would make more sense that if you do sacrifice it, you lose a card at random. Is that a card from World of Warcraft? I have no idea. Basically trading 2 of your mana for 2 of their mana. No, they don't have to pay for it. Like, that's my problem. So at the beginning of your upkeep, you can pay 2. Okay, I won't. If you do, which I won't. Okay. Oh, it is worded that way. Okay, so if I no. Yeah, if I do, I want to sack the creature. Huh? Oh, I see. Okay, so at the beginning of your upkeep, you can pay 2. If you do pay the 2, sack the creature. Oh, I want to pay the 2. I see. And then if I don't pay the 2, discard a card at random, and I keep the rat. Ah, I get it. Okay. So I do have to pay 2 to get rid of the stupid thing. I have to pay the rat to F off. Yeah, pay 2 to sack, not discard a card. I thought it was like any upkeep. Like, you have to pay something to keep it around. No, it's the other way around. No, it's a taxing card. Because so you play this for 2 mana. You, like, screw over... On the play, it's actually really strong. This actually might be way stronger than people realize. Okay, just imagine this. Okay, I'm on the play. I pay 2 mana. I give this to you. You take your turn. You only have 1 land in play. You can't pay this thing. So you have to immediately discard a card. You discard a card. Then you, on your turn, you play a land, do something, and then next turn, you're wasting your turn to get rid of this stupid rat. So I think it's actually a really strong card. I think this would actually see serious competitive play. I like it. It's brutal if you can get out multiple. I think you only need to get out 1, and you're just super far ahead. I guess the problem is, like, late game, it's probably very weak. Very early game, it's a really good resource denial card. Every turn, you look to the opponent and ask, will you pay the rat? Will you pay the rat? I guess turn 2 on the play, it's good. Otherwise, it's kind of just a spell pierce. Yeah, something like that. But the thing is, against a lot of decks, like, think of it like aggro decks. Well, actually, you do have a rat, so they can attack with it for a little while. Do you want to pay the cheese tax? Yeah, something like that. You want to pay the cheese tax? I think the card is better than it looks. All right, that's it for today. We hit 2 hours. Is there 2 hours on this thing? Hold on. Do we have a 2-hour show? It's actually, we're not getting there. It's too early. No, we didn't get to 2 hours. Too bad. All right, that's it. It's 3 p.m. If you want to be part of the show, be here 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you very much for everyone who supports the show. If you're a Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you Super Chat to be part of the show. And of course, thank you everyone for donating and also with your creative cards. People like Toads, we have Andrew, Pagman, we got Jesus Victory, Kano Kilno, Kilo, Chris, Pabno, Dinglebag, Mappius. Oh, Mappius, this was your card. Who else do we have here? Dadam Draws, Zach, Spectral Maniac, Benovsky, and more. As usual, my coffee crew, you are always the show every single day. So keep brewing those coffees and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.